Alrighty, so welcome back to some more JDism over here. By one about the song over here. They all remember that fucking super event with one other path over here? Yeah, we're doing that over here because I find it. Well, anyways, the ironies and the last to me for those wondering. Anyways, sorry, twice over here, my bad. So for officially getting the next set of J stuff over here, man, it's all the left, right, and center stuff over here. And so as per usual, like from the last time, multiple ideologies drop over here, I'm gonna be doing each of them separately over here. We're not gonna be into one big theme because one, my voice, I need to get that. They have some rest over here, and two, I prefer it over here because I gotta have each of it own separate thing, right? Just like one weird ass homunculus that makes no goddamn sense really. So we are officially getting into progressivism, and the march of progress cannot be stopped over here. Well, what kind of progress is going to be, we shall see. First of all, we got progressive democracy, and there was something on a Whig, a futurist, and a Marxist could agree on. The history has, insofar, moved consistently toward greater progress. Yeah. Probably. As slavery evolved into feudalism, and feudalism created more than capitalism, the socialism, social, political, and cultural progress were constantly on the rise against the old and antique. So liberalism replacing the patches of social fabric bit by bit, year by year, to give an ever increasing amount of people rights and privileges unthinkable before. In the ever evolving tide of the idea of progressivism as a whole, with the new possibility of technology, sociology, economically, and cultural sciences shall be incorporated into democratic government to solve the issues of the day. I don't know why I fucking said it like that. That wasn't that funny. What the fuck? Anyways, striking the whole societal ills, uplift the people by education and healthcare, to turn democracy to afford that guarantees liberty into a dynamic machine that expands and guards them. Expanding, guarding the machine, buys the machine that turns progress into progressivism. Or some shit, I don't know. Progressivism is democratic states began to emerge at the dawn of the 20th century. When you see many significant events, the deal of the vote and the trust-busting campaign, my boy, the suffragette movements in New York and union strikes for better wages and conditions. I think I feel, despite seeming to be a solution to post-war ills, it was put aside by radicals on both ends of the political spectrum, though overlooked. The old world paid dearly for the future to change as Europe succumbed to the citizens and ideologies. It have fallen in the hands of socialists. The democratic life will make them distinguished for by the natural collapse caused by decades of neglect towards the common man's plight. It's saved by the pincer mule or le Tokyo, serving as a stark lesson to those who still cling to the values of democracy by refusing change, by refusing to allow it history. You plunge your nation to the depths of radicalism. Yeah. What happens when the status quo gets broken repeatedly, many times? Not exactly great for unappealed mindset. Definitely can cause some radicalization in some form. In practice, though, progressive democracy can be identified by gradualism, reforms, and compromises within a liberal framework, acting to build equality of opportunity to welfare, free education, and medicine. Regulating the worst aspect of capitalist enterprise and ensuring maximum self-realization and happiness of citizens. These boards via emancipatory policies showcasing that for democracy to survive in this brazen world, a peaceful reformation must occur, as a violent revolution will become inevitable. We should see how that peace will be. The peace can, I don't think the peace is gonna last. I highly doubt the peace is gonna last in the world of JD. It seems very likely it's all gonna fucking fall apart somewhat. Anyways, left-wing populism over here. I like the icon over here. Very neat. Ruin has followed all the great revolutions. Shadow was coming to society using new current was never a business that could be done without bloodshed and violence, however. Democrats were not always hillbillies standing their ground and provoking the downtrodden. In the world of contemporary politics, industrialization took hold and forever reshaped community into society. The wonders of electronics and paper printing allow almost universally every human being to voice their opinion. Some obviously decided to use it. Rousing populace, standing for all good against all bad. Firebrand men who were not allowed who were not free to throw accusations and promises left and right to secure that future electorate. Well, Parliament itself is a vague thing at best. Two main currents evolve just like in traditional politics, the right and the left. Yeah, there's two from over here. We'll see the right-wing version later. The left current political populism represents the struggle of the common man, the polity, the 99% against the cabal and rich and powerful. Alcohol usually represented by a single charismatic man, a hero who commands the masses to storm the palaces and redistribute the wealth. because naturally such movements are less than orthodox in technical views. Most support high progressive taxation, universal suffrage, welfare and safety needs for the poor, and eradicating corruption and clientelism. A real system. However, some go beyond one step from becoming full socialists. Few even feel with futures, and Marx over here. Yeah. Those are two paths, over here. You're either futurist or socialist. You can know in between apparently. Probably useful, dynamic, peaceful illusion. You know, watch the way the old, what they'd send you Solaris states over here. So we got like, yeah, it would be social futurism over here, but it's not like fucking Mayakovsky or whatever. We got that over here. That kind of social futurism. I love it was communist futurism. So yeah. And looking again, looking like fucking too many factors over here. This thing, but anyways, the left populists have a rather tough and unforgiving story behind them, from the murder of the Gracchi brothers to the many coups against progressive center from the left and from the right. However, most of the ideas pointless, rabble routing without substance, and yet they may be the last to laugh as the ever more hierarchical world of rules and followers held by a decade of few minor repressions and operates, being a shake its core. Men moving of passion rise from the ruins of the old world, boldly lashing out against their superpowers and the tyrannical balls behind them. Prompting about the democratic and civil world, proving yet that the will of freedom has not faded, the power of people may yet be realized. Realization over here. And we also got the new left. How new is this left over here? Well, we got the peace sign over here, so we'll see. The German Council of Republic was the most free, prosperous, tolerant, and progressive state of its time, enough in the history of mankind for a time. May be true, but the crushing blow dealt by labor electronics was not everything was well within the Volkswagen. Repressions, mass exile, crushing poverty, which still linger in many areas, are just off the tip of the iceberg. Who did say of vanguard states is hungry? Many accepted shrugged it off, but our freedom of socialist moderates posed another question that would send yet another round of ripples across the international. The Social Park was indeed so free and successful. Why was it that the proletariats of other nations neither fought nor seemingly wished for this red liberty? Some of what had accepted a new reality. The communist experiment in Europe failed because it overstepped the boundaries. It made the red banner a symbol of bloodshed and created socialism and ruin. In this tumultuous discussion, arose the next generation left, the new left, if you will. How new is this left? You'll see. In the right area, Marxist Donald was uprooted question. The proletariat no longer desired a revolution. Being content with welfare called capitalism or syncretic system of syndicalism, corporatism, and state capitalism. International solidarity was buried under the reinvigorated nationalism indeed to what period. Itself became vanguard of world revolution in Tokyo, adopted the war's aspirated doctrinal Leninism and authoritarianism. Instead of party politics, counter reform and total nationalization and individual liberty, autonomy, and security that, however, could be maintained only through methods distinct from traditional socialism and capitalism. The advocacy of state-led mixed economy, commitment to parliamentarianism, and at the time outright compromise with the bourgeois, along with strong progressive social and cultural policies that are broad popular from the combat radicalism on all sides. So they're safe and, most importantly, we're not sure for the people to choose socialism voluntarily. Yeah, it's like very, very soft socialism. Very, passive. Not completely. Despite life promises, this new brand leftism thought yet to gain ground against the dominant leader. The crew were undefeated spotted kissing the ever-present ghost of Bolshevism, yet, despite the endless critical youth tired of overturns, may yet have its chance to shine. Maybe, we shall see. Now you sort of patriotism over here. Now we're social nationalism, and now in comes social patriotism. Social nationalism 2, Electric Nation. Ooh, I'm foot. I hit my foot back, sorry. And here, the two world wars have ever altered Western civilization, questioning its fundamental roots, its trajectory, and its purpose. All it meant was only in the dominance of futurism that rejected the reactionary passive era of cleansing the slate and starting anew. From memory of this was a catastrophe unheard of, to reject the centuries of tradition of culture and the high up. Sorry, cough. And high art, to forget what Europe is. But the bare period of all, it was a blessing unheard of. With this giant of colonialism forever slain, many were eager to feast on the corpse of the giant, greedily devouring their knowledge and techniques. While some fell to the traditions of old tribalistic and autocratic past, some were to embrace the modern world and build a proper nation state to secure their people, thus giving birth to the doctrine of social patriotism. Tennessee and multifaceted our people represents the old patriotism experiment of sorts to build a home where Europe is lost, a modern functioning state for the need of people, of the yoga times both foreign and domestic. over the whole democratic experiments. While closely surveying Marxist movements today, they found a few key points. The internationalism that people must embrace the nation building projects and seven orthodox socialism are usually anti-capitalist systems more tailored to the national character and material conditions. Instead of global revolution and revolution at home, revolution to eradicate illiteracy, disease, poverty, and awakening the national pride stolen by foreign invaders. Fluctuating between these celebrations tendencies of modernist hyper-nationalism, the communist economics, and liberal desire to build a parliamentary democratic republic. There's a lot. There's a lot out here. There's a lot of holy shit. Your paper represent an answer to those torn apart between social progress and loyalty to the land of the forefathers. A wondrous mission to cure the ills of backward society and opportunity to help build in need. Yet their quest as this, whenever they step on many ranks while trying to avoid the myriad problems of the United people. What is a nation? Who belongs in it? Who doesn't? How do we not let hatred take over? And where do we stop as the people we try to protect are uplifted in the end no better than the former oppressors? Measure may be on the surface and the uniting will of forgotten by history, taking up arms to defend their right to exist. Existence they shall here with all that stuff, the market progress. It has all the progressivism stuff over here, very nice stuff over here. And per usual, like the icon stuff over here. Nice stuff over here, so as you can see. It's not gonna be super many we got going on over here. I think here, the last one over here, that being Serratism, is gonna be the longest of the two because it has one more compared to the other two. So yeah. Up next over here we got liberalism. Then we come over here. So yeah, that's gonna be uploaded tomorrow. Everything goes right. Shit's gonna pop over here mentally. So yeah. Till then, I'll see you guys later.